Hello everyone, this is Arden Thomas, Product Manager for Cincom Smalltalk, and I'm here today to talk to you about launching VisualWorks. Now, why would we want to talk about that? Well, on your machine you can have multiple versions of VisualWorks installed, and you may want to know exactly which virtual machine you're running those with. You may want to run those with the latest virtual machine. You may want to run those with the virtual machine that came with that version of the product. So we're going to talk about a couple different ways to set that up. First is the standard way with the configuration .ini file. And a new way you may not know about is the VisualWorks-1.15 preview loader that gives you more detailed control over launching your images. And if you're using something like, if you're in the VW Dev program, I highly recommend that you look at this. So let's take a look at, here's a VW 7.10 installation. And if I go into bin, now notice I'm on a 64-bit Windows 7 64-bit installation, and I have Win and Win64 installed. Now you can go to either of these, but choose one. And if you have a 32-bit installation, you want to go to Win. Let's just go take a look at Win. So let me make this larger here. So here is the configuration settings file. And if I open that up, you can see I basically have a descriptor. This, by the way, is for a 64-bit image right here. And it tells me basically where to find the exe to launch one meeting this configuration. So a 7.9 and a 7.9 64-bit, it will basically use these VMs. And you can see if I have a 7.7, 7.7.1 version, 7.8, 7.8.1, and that works fine for most people, most installations. But I mentioned that there was another way, and that was with this preview loader 1.15. So let's back up here to our 7.10 and go to the preview directory, bin, preview bin, and here is VisualWorks 1-1.15 loader. Now the configuration settings, let's take a look at it. And here it is. So I have a lot more control. Here are basically, I have 2 more bytes of information in the image signature. What this allows me to do is to distinguish between each build that comes out on VW Dev and tell it where to launch from. So we tell it where the visual.exe is to launch from, and okay, then it has a question mark separating these 2 parameters, and we tell it the home directory. So it's a way to also set the home directory at the same time, as well as find out on a very detailed level which version of an image that you are running on. So this is nice when you want to run on the latest, greatest, or you want to have each build run on a specific VM. So how do you set up to use this? Well, let's hop back to an image directory and let's go to a visual.im. And if I look at the properties for that IM, what I've got here is it opens, all my IMs open with this VisualWorks 1.15 loader. So you can change to find this and specify that you want your image files to load with that. And that is what I recommend if you're using the if you're part of the VW Dev program. One other thing that I want to mention is that when you're using for this configuration file here, when you install a new version, it basically will overwrite this. So I recommend that when you install a new version, you try to start the image, it'll say it's missing. It'll say you can't find the signature for this 7.9.128.25.04. So you'll put that in, save this file, and then I also recommend keeping a copy of this file somewhere outside the installation so that next time you install the next version of or next build of VW Dev, that you don't have to recreate this file from scratch. You just have to put the latest entries in. And again, you can find this article on Digest, Launching VisualWorks. It describes some of this, and I hope you find this useful. Until next time, this is Arden Thomas.